Hello and welcome back to the Watford Way. Today we look ahead to Watford versus Southampton at Vicarage Road in the Emirates FA Cup fourth round. Now I'm sure both sets of fans and both sets of players really were probably anticipating and hoping for a more exciting game than the one we were presented with in the Emirates FA Cup draw. And yeah, a little bit disappointing. I can't lie, we played Southampton already this season. They're in the same division as us. Both hoping for the same thing, really. We're both hoping for Premier League promotion this season. That is the aim for both clubs, ultimately. At least you believe that would be the aim for Watford as well. And yeah, it's a bit of a boring draw. We played Southampton already at Vicarage Road. We've got the reverse fixture to come. I believe we play them in April at the St Mary's Stadium. But yeah, a little bit of a boring draw, but we can't change it now. We're going to look ahead to the game today. And the game is made a little bit more exciting by the arrival of Emmanuel Dennis. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm very, very excited about Dennis. And I've got a whole dedicated video to the signing of Emmanuel Dennis on the channel now. So make sure you go and check that out after watching the preview today. Will he make his debut in this match? That's the key question. I think for me, I would hold him back just a little bit. Yes, present him to the fans, of course, at Vicarage Road on Sunday afternoon. But I would save him for Championship football. Now, for me, I've taken a slightly different stance on the FA Cup this season. Now, don't get me wrong, Watford have had great success in the FA Cup fairly recently as well. Obviously back in 2019, beating Wolves at Wembley and reaching a final against Manchester City where, yes, we absolutely got destroyed by them, which was to be expected. And then back in 2016, I'm sure you can remember, under Quique Sanchez-Flores, we beat Arsenal away at the Emirates Stadium, and then we faced Crystal Palace again at Wembley in the FA Cup semi-final. And of course, going all the way back to Graham Taylor's time at Watford, facing Everton in the final as well. So Watford do have some great FA Cup memories. However, I think for me, as much as I love the competition, and don't get me wrong, I really do love the FA Cup, I don't want to put all our eggs in one basket this season and kind of focus on that. I really want us to focus on firstly, Championship football, and secondly, we've got a good chance of potentially making the top six here if we, start clicking into gear towards the end of this season. And I don't want to ruin our chances by either picking up a silly suspension or picking up, a couple of long-term injuries in the FA Cup, which may hamper Watford's chances. So if I was Valérien Ismaël and I was in his hot seat, let's say, I would put out a changed squad. I might play Hurtado out on the wing instead of Yasser Asprilla. I might replace Wesley Hoot for Francisco Sierralta. I would change up the squad a bit just to rest some of our key players and make sure that, Livermore, Hoot, Asprilla, Martins, make sure them players don't pick up a significant injury, because if that happened and we got knocked out of the FA Cup anyway, that could be a real dampener to our season going forward. So as much as you guys might hate me for saying this, of course I want to win the football match, and I really hope Watford will do so on Sunday. I would put out a rotated lineup. Do I think Valérien Ismaël will do that? I actually don't think he will. I think Valérien Ismaël will probably put out the strongest 11 he can field at this current moment in time. And will that include Emmanuel Dennis? Well, we'll have to wait and see. But as I said, he is maybe set to make his second Watford debut on Sunday afternoon. So Southampton defenders beware, because Emmanuel Dennis is back. In terms of Watford's potential lineup for this game, as I said, in the first FA Cup game against Chesterfield, Valérien Ismaël went strong, and that was against really, inferior opposition in Chesterfield, non-league opposition. So you would think, logically, against Southampton, he would kind of go down the same route and field our strongest 11. I'm assuming Daniel Batman will probably come back into goal and just give Ben Hamer, a bit of a mental break and a mental reset. But aside from that, I'd assume we'd see pretty much, our first 11, Kone, Tom Bashiri in midfield. I think Wesley Hoot and Ryan Porteous will probably continue to play. Ryan Andrews and James Morris potentially as well. I know Jamal Lewis has just recently come back from injury. Ken Sema may be available for this game as well. So lots of different combinations to play, potentially for Valérien Ismaël, which is also complicated, again, as I said, by the very exciting arrival of Emmanuel Dennis once again to Watford. But as I said, in my opinion, I'd hold him back and unleash him really against Sheffield next Wednesday, as we play them away from home during the week. So yeah, very excited for the game. Yes, of course, I hope we progress to the next round, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 Watford win. The last game against Southampton was very competitive. I'm not going to sit here and lie. They actually do have, better quality players than us. I think Russell Martin is a good pragmatic manager as well. So yeah, you would expect on paper Southampton to beat Watford, but hopefully it's the opposite outcome on Sunday and Watford will pick up the 3 points. So I'll go with, as I said, a Watford win, and I'll go with a 2-1 victory, and I'll go with Yasser Espria, and why not Emmanuel Dennis to get a goal on his second Watford debut. So thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a like on the video, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.